Hey there, MJ traders and investors. It's Rod with Powell Group. Welcome back on the Pursuit of Wealth for an MJ Sector review. Today's a review for Thursday, July 22nd. And in today's video, we're going to be discussing Amazon shifting its focus to MJ legalization. A couple of new articles to go over. Wasn't a whole lot to report in the space today, so we'll go through this video a little bit quicker today. But happy to be back. I was on a road trip across Canada. Check out my video from yesterday. As well, the daily market recap from yesterday. I shared a little bit of some snippets of the trip, but you can always go to the Powell Group Facebook page, and I also have some footage of the Hexo Masson facility that I videotaped, so I'll be uploading that in the next couple of days. Still trying to get back into the swing of things here, so expect that here in the next couple of videos. But before we jump in, make sure to smash the like and subscribe to the channel. And I'll put some timestamps in the description below for your convenience as well. So jumping right into it, Amazon went to space and now they're on to MJ. And Amazon Jeff Bezos went to space and now his company looks poised to embark on a new frontier, which is MJ legalization. And it was just last month that Amazon officially announced that it would be doing away with drug screening for MJ, while also throwing in its support behind proposed legislation that would finally legalize MJ at the federal level. And now there are mounting signs that the world's largest online retailer is ready to put its ample financial resources behind the effort. And if there's anybody who had ample resources financially, it would definitely be the likes of Amazon. So in a story published on Tuesday, Politico reported that legalization lobbyists are pinning their hopes on Amazon, using an experienced lobbying team and deep pockets to support their efforts, believing it could help them launch ad campaigns to persuade lawmakers opposing legalization and the new legislation. So especially those who represent states where MJ is legal to change their mind, so to speak. So MJ lobbyists and advocates who have spoken with Amazon have made it clear that the company is already engaging in MJ discussions in Washington, D.C. Whether Amazon actively lobbies or invests monetarily in legislation is the question on everyone's mind. So I highly encourage you to check out this full article. I'm not going to go over everything in detail, but Amazon has its skeptics, and we know they're in support of this new legislation. We're just going to be sitting on the sidelines here waiting to see how this all pans out. Let me know in the comments below. Do you think this is going to make headwinds? Do you think this is really going to change the minds of those who are opposed to legalization? We also saw MJ Biz Daily came out with an article here about 15 hours ago now, I believe it was. So Amazon lobbies U.S. government on MJ. So essentially just covering the same type of information we just went over. But we knew that this came out about a month ago. But just seeing a little bit more, narrative around this subject, but wasn't really, showing in the charts today or in the last couple of days. And I think that I don't believe that MJ is really going to run or steal the spotlight until we see crypto at least start to die down a little bit. And I do believe that the crypto space is going to see a lot more upside from here. Doesn't mean that we can't, but a lot of the same traders and investors who are in crypto trade MJ. That's just the way it is. It's just a fact. And that's what happened last time. We had the crypto bull market ended, and then we saw the MJ bull market just light a fire under itself. So going to be watching, again, history doesn't always repeat itself, but it rhymes, and just going to continue to keep that in the back of my mind going forward. Also, Republican lawmakers tell Biden to keep MJ campaign promise by reclassifying under federal law. So found that a little bit ironic as well, considering that Republican lawmakers are telling the Democrats, which it was the Democrats who were the ones who were pro legalization. So now we're seeing the Republican come over and basically nudge them along a little bit and remind them of their promises from back in the election. So moving on, 7 MJ stocks to own ahead of U.S. federal legalization. This was an article from Investor Place, and I would agree with it. So they go on to talk about how the Canadian LPs could stand to benefit as well. I encourage you to go through this full article on your own time, but essentially the companies they listed there were Curaleaf, Green Thumb, Trulieve, Cresco, Hexo, Village Farms, and Tilray, and I would agree with that. One thing to note here is that they did not list Canopy Growth, so I found that extremely interesting personally. I'm not eager to own Canopy in my portfolio. I think it's heavily overvalued, especially compared to peers. Hexo being my number one position, but I do own a lot of Curaleaf. I own a lot of Cresco. I own Trulieve, Green Thumb, and a couple of other companies through the MSOS ETF. So personally, I'm not comfortable holding Trulieve, as we know that the CEO Kim Rivers, her husband, is being investigated by the the US authorities. So I'm just not comfortable putting a lot of money in Trulieve, and we know they have run a lot more. So I'm using MSOS to gain exposure to the US side. So I have a fairly large position, full disclosure, in MSOS. But again, check out this full article for some details on that if you want to see some write-ups on one of those specific stocks. But moving on to the charts, so most names today, starting daily consolidation, you can see Tilray broke the low of yesterday there at 13.94, hitting 13.77. So we're looking for a higher low now compared to the low here at 13.03, but bulls do not have a lot of room to form that higher low to change the daily trend. It's still possible, but at this point it's not very likely, and this could be our daily lower high being set, and we're still in a daily downtrend. So that's all we're going to be expecting at the moment, is just that daily lower high on Tilray. And if we take a look at the Fibonacci levels, it's still a potential daily bear flag as well. And if we were to confirm that daily bear flag, we'd be looking at a target of about $11. And that is not what bulls want to hear at the moment, but we are extremely weak. And just taking a look here at the weekly, so we're still weekly consolidation. We had support there at 13.41. So we hit a low of 13.03, breaking that support. And we also lost the 200-day moving average, was held back here in the middle of May. And that's when I flipped bullish on Tilray, but we're not seeing that bid support like we were before. And bulls just not that eager to buy the dip. As we know, we usually have summer lulls. And like I said, we're seeing a lot of attention in the crypto space. Check out my video from earlier today, but there's been a lot of developments in the crypto space, and I did a video yesterday on Elon's top 3 picks, so check that out as well. But again, I do believe that this is attributed to that shift in focus. We're starting to see a lot of the same traders and investors who invest in crypto and MJ, we're starting to see their focus more on crypto at the moment. So again, just MJ sort of taking a back seat to the rest of the market. But taking a look here at the rest of our names, so CGC starting daily consolidation, Aurora, Cron, so pretty much the same deal across the board. Hexo starting daily consolidation, but again, bulls didn't allow themselves enough of a bounce, right? We don't have a whole lot of room to form our daily higher lows, so that's a little bit, a little bit concerning. And most names trying to get their daily oversold bounce underway, but just not really able to get much going. Taking a look at SNDL, so again, all names potentially setting their daily lower highs, topping out at EMA 12 there. Hexo didn't even get to EMA 12. We had SNDL topping out at EMA 26. So we're starting to see just exhaustion. And this is a pretty lackluster bounce here across the board. So we're still looking for monthly higher lows at this point, and there's no sign of that being set yet. And we could see an EMA 12 and 26 bear cross there on Canopy, on Tilray. We're still trying to hold that 10-month moving average in the EMA 12 here. So we've got about 8 days left. So we're going to be watching to see whether or not these names can close above EMA 12 on the monthly charts. That is about the only hope that bulls have left at the moment. But taking a look at the bull and bear list, so we had XTRX, SNDL, and Tilray. And on the bull list, we had PCLO, Love, and PWR. And Hexo, we got as low as 408. And we had that daily bear flag. So I mentioned I'm not sure if I mentioned it on YouTube in the last, I don't think I did. So I mentioned it to private members that we had a daily bear flag, which was back here on the 13th of July. And the target of that bear flag took us down to about the $4 area, the 410 area. And look where we bottomed out at 408. So I know a lot of people took that information and were able to capitalize on it. So even if you entered there at 408 or 410, you would have been up about 10% there off of that call out. So daily bear flag confirmed, hit that target, and we saw about a 10% bounce, but gave back about half of that bounce already. And again, just looking for those daily higher lows. Moving on to the US space. So MSOS, we had a nasty reversal there after confirming a daily uptrend. Then we lost the daily uptrend. We broke above resistance, ended up being a nasty bull trap, and then straight into a new lower low. And that is not what bulls wanted to see either after getting the daily oversold bounce underway. But we did break the low of yesterday at 36.80 by 4 pennies. So daily consolidation happening in the US space as well. And taking a look at the bull and bear list, so CXXI, NBEV, and TerraSen led the decline. On the bull list, we had TAT, BioHarvest, and BAM. We're just taking a look at some of our other top MSOs. So Cureleaf, again, we're starting to see just weakness across the entire space. Not sure what's going on here with TradingView at the moment. Let's go. Load. Not loading at the moment. Not sure what's happening with TradingView. TradingView's been a little finicky the last couple of days. Just going to reload that. There we go. Took us over to the Canadian, so just bring up Cureleaf. So Cureleaf, daily consolidation. We did have a lack of resistance though up until $18. And we had that legalization come out. So essentially Chuck Schumer and company introduced that bill, but it wasn't received favorably by the market. And we had that nasty bull trap there. And that is not what bulls want to see. But in my opinion, this is definitely a buying opportunity. And again, just looking for those monthly higher lows and still holding monthly EMA 12. So in my opinion, it's all about EMA 12 here on the monthly heading into the next week or so. And just taking a look at TrueLeaf. So again, holding EMA 12. That's going to be the theme across the board. GTII hasn't even tested EMA 12 yet. So again, that is the last hope for bulls at this point. Most names still in monthly uptrends. We knew monthly consolidation was coming eventually. And now we're just looking for that bottom. Needed to confirm weekly uptrends ASAP to indicate monthly higher lows are being set. All right, going to end it there. Thanks again for joining us on the Pursuit of Wealth for an MJ Sector review, and we'll see you tomorrow after market close.